Hey, how you doing?
Good, how are you today, sir?
Good.
Awesome, glad to have you today. So let's start off, tell me something about yourself.
Well, I was born and raised in Jacksonville, Florida. I went to Bishop Kenny High School, and now I'm currently a student at the University of North Florida. I'm very active around the campus. I'm currently part of two transportation logistics clubs, and I'm also in a fraternity, the Kappa Alpha Order. I'm also currently employed at Total Military Management. It's a company that is a third party mover of military members' household goods. And I would say that my best quality is my ability to learn and catch on to things quickly. Within a few weeks of my current job, I was commended by my manager for my productivity and effectiveness.
Alright, cool. So, what are some of your strengths?
So I would have to say my biggest strengths are my dependability, my professionalism, and my hard working. I believe that dependability is probably the most important quality, and it's probably the most important quality a person can have. I believe that you are your word, and if you're dependable, then people can count on you, and it's hard to count on someone who's not dependable. So my current manager at my job saw that I was a very dependable employee, and after only a few months of working there, I was trusted to instill my same values in new employees, and I was trusted to train new employees.
Okay, so now you told me some of your strengths. Name a weakness that you have.
So I would consider myself a very well-rounded person, but when I think of this question, I think back to my interview I had when I was attaining the rank of Eagle Scout in the Boy Scouts, and I was asked the same question. And one of the points in the Scout law is cheerful, and so I would say that might, if I had to say something, that would probably be one of my weaknesses. And it's pretty difficult to always be cheerful all the time.
Okay, so now that we have gone over some strengths and weaknesses, how are you in a team setting? Are you a team player, or what kind of roles do you play in a team?
So I would definitely consider myself a team player. In my current job, I work on a daily basis in a team in my department, and it's important to work as a team in my current position. And every day, me and my coworkers split responsibilities given to us by our manager, and we have to work together to solve any problems that we have or anything that comes up, and we're in a constant communication.
Okay, so now that we've talked about being in a team, describe a situation where you had to adjust quickly to changes over which you had no control over.
So I can refer back to my job again, and so sometimes it's my responsibility to talk to military members, and sometimes they're upset about how their move went. And so recently I had to deal with a member, and obviously it's not my fault that their items were damaged during their move. It falls on the hauling company, but I was still have to be there to listen to them and take notes on what happened and kind of calm them down and just advise them on what to do next and file a claim for their broken items. So I was able to, even though this was an unexpected situation and I didn't cause it, but I was still able to fix the situation.
Well, I'm glad you got to fix the situation for those people. But what kind of supervisor do you work best for, and why?
So I tend to work best for a supervisor that doesn't micromanage. Like I said before, I consider myself dependable, and I would like to have a manager that knows that even if they're not in the office or not around, constantly checking on me, that I will do my duties, and I like to prove that. And I take pride in my current job that my manager now can rely on me and knows that even when they're not in the office, I'll always be doing my duties to the best of my abilities.
Alright, so last question here for you. Give me an example of a time you had to work with a difficult person, and how did you handle the situation with that person?
So, like I said before, I usually have to work with people whose moves didn't go well, or someone at a hauling company that's impatient, or it's kind of difficult. So I have a few instances, but On one particular time, I was called by someone from a hauling company, and they're very impatient, and they needed paperwork that I had to send over. And I actually had to request it from the military base, but they're being very impatient on the phone, and I just had to handle the situation calmly, and had to get back with them after a short while and just get them what they needed and be very calm and just calm them down and handle the situation the best way I could.
Did you take care of that situation?
Yes, I was able to.
Very nice. That's all I have for you today.
All right, thank you.
I'll call you shortly.